Hello, happy gardeners. Welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. We've got Katie on camera. Say hello, Katie.
Hello.
And today we are getting some more stuff ready for our hanging baskets in summer. So one of the things that is quite often used in hanging baskets are lobelia. Here we go, Katie spinning. Beautiful things, but they are quite a slow grower and they're very, very small seeds. And a lot of people make the mistake of planting them a bit too late. You need to plant them now, January, end of January in the UK we're at. And also overcrowding them. They do grow well as individual plants, as I will explain over the next few weeks as we grow these things. Now you'll be wanting to grow them on a windowsill somewhere or in a heated greenhouse. They're not something for outside at the moment. They don't like a frost. So what we're going to do is we need our seeds. We've got a few stones. I did a video earlier about what I'm going to do with these. If you watched it, you know what I'm going to do with them. And oh my word, I'm rabbiting on now. I'll keep going. And I've got 2 pots here as well from the supermarket using, usually contain mushrooms, something like that. And one of them I have made some holes in with a screwdriver. So it's the same. Oh, is that 2? No, it's only 1. So it's the same thing as we always do. We have our seed mix. Look at some previous videos if you want to know. It's made out of sand and some multi-purpose compost, and it's all mixed up together like that and given a good sieve. There's the sieve. All right. Oh, they want to see how. Quite a fine sieve. You want the compost to be quite fine because the seeds are very small and you want to have some good contact with them. So I'm going to fill up the one with holes in to about this level like this. Give it a little bit of a tap down. I've just done this with some other seeds. It's all the same, people. It's all the same. It's really quite simple to do. You just pop it like that. We give it a soaking now so that so it's nice and wet and we don't have to water it after the seeds have gone in because the seeds will float about all over the place. We're going to pop them down like that. And obviously we've got our label. You want to label them because you will forget. I forget. Mind you, that's not saying much. And mark your label with a pencil. I'll just give an example of this. Now, Julie, if you're watching, Julie will know who she is. Katie spinning. This is one of Julie's labels. I know that that's maybe 20 years old. And that was written with pencil, and it's still on there after 20 years. Works a lot better than permanent marker, and it's better for the environment. I know it's only little things. And labels as well. Like that label there, it's 20 years old. You can use them again and again and again. Pencil does just wash off with a little bit of water if you give it a rub. Outside, it seems to stay there for years and years and years. Right, so now we're going to put our seeds in. So we get the glasses on, Katie spinning. I'm opening it up from the bottom of the packet where we have no information, so we don't lose any of the information on the packet. I'm then going to open it up without blowing in the bag. I know I say it every time, but if you blow in the bag, the seed packet, you'll get some moisture in there. And if you've got more seeds in there, then they will they'll start rotting and stuff. And now I'm going to tip these. Now, lobelia seeds are tiny, tiny, weeny things. Let's tip a few out. And you've got to remember that each one will turn into a plant. Look at the size of them. Look how small they are. Are you getting that, Katie? Yeah, look at that. Tiny little things. So we're only going to use a few. Ever so careful with that. And we make the little groove in our hand like this. And as these tiny seeds come out, we try and make sure that they don't clump up. All right, so you can see those sort of sprinkling out like that. I'm doing them in lines as usual, just to, when the seedlings come up, we can see the similarity between them and know what's a weed and what's look, now they're stuck to my hand. These seeds are so small, so I'm just going to brush those off gently, like that, along there. There we go. And now I'm just going to give it a very fine coating of compost, like this, just like that. Give it a little bit of a coat, not too much, because they're very, very small seeds. You don't want to coat them up too much, like that. There we are. I'm going to stick the label in, and then I'm going to take this other container. I'm going to put the stones at the bottom. You can use anything you want. It doesn't have to be stones, just something that doesn't matter if it gets wet. So I'm going to stick those in there, and then I'm going to pop that on there like that. So now that will sit on our windowsill nicely, and if we water it, the water won't go all over the windowsill. It will go in there, and if you get too much water in there, you can tip it out. You don't want these sitting in water. You just want them to keep them damp. So that's going to sit on our windowsill at home now for 2 to 3 weeks, and we should start getting some little plants sprouting up. Keep it damp but not too wet. It's quite hard to explain. I may do a couple of vids at home as they sit on the windowsill, showing you how I water them and how often I water them. But it does depend on outside conditions. It depends on how humid your area is. Really rabbiting on now. I think you get the idea. So these will be ready. I'll plot them up, show you how to do that. We pinch them out, make them bushy, and they'll be lovely for hanging baskets in the summer. And also, we'll do another line of them. We'll do some more in a couple of months, because that'll give us 2 sort of lots. And towards the end of the summer, quite often hanging baskets are starting to look a little bit tired, and we'll be able to perk them up with some new plants. And that's it. This has been Robbie Phoenix down at Sticky Ditch Nursery with Katie on camera, showing you how to get a few things going for your hanging baskets in the summer. Thanks for watching.